Oblivion Remaster, the Game Pass game of all time. If you are not spending $20 on Game Pass and you are not getting the Oblivion Remaster, what the fuck are you even doing? In 2025, I didn't know if I was going to say this, but well done, Bethesda. You guys really did it. You made the Game Pass game of all time. If there's any reason for someone to go ahead and pay $20 to get Game Pass Ultimate so they can play a game the day it comes out, the Oblivion Remaster is probably that game. Well done. Microsoft is giving you a good old pat on the head. That's what I'm talking about. You such a good boy. Oh, yeah. Oh, come here. Oh. Daddy Microsoft is happy because Game Pass really is where the money is for them for gaming. I mean, clearly their entire business model is we're going to half-ass a game. It's going to come out day one Game Pass. You don't have to pay for the game because you're already paying for Game Pass, so you just get to play the game. Like, that's their entire business model. It really sucks for a lot of games. Avowed, for one, freaking terrible. But the Oblivion Remaster, on the other hand, with Virtuous helping out the Bethesda Studios, making it happen, I gotta say, they did a really fantastic job. I'm having so much fun. I mean, now you really can't go wrong with all the memes of how many times they're going to sell this game to us. But I've got to say, this is probably one of the times where you don't actually have to buy the game. You just have to buy Game Pass, all right? The game's on there. Like, feel free, have fun. You really don't have to go and spend a lot of money to get thousands of hours. Now, bear in mind, you do just get 1 month of Game Pass for $20. So if you pay for that $120, you're only going to get to play for the 30 or maybe 31 days, and I'm pretty sure it's like 30 days that you get Game Pass. However, with how games are releasing these days, I mean, chances are, if you like to play a lot of different games, you're already done playing Oblivion in 1 month anyways. I mean, it's just kind of how it goes now, right? A new game comes out, we replace it with the other game, population drops. I will say when it comes to Bethesda games, that is kind of weird. Like a lot of times Bethesda games will just keep some of their player base because they've always got those people coming back and playing it again and again. And I really do think that the Oblivion Remaster is probably one of the games that you just want to buy. It's $50. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's like $50. So you may just want to buy it to have it in your Steam library. But for the people that are on the fence, all right, if you're just someone who you're like, yeah, I don't know, I played Skyrim, I liked it. Didn't really play Oblivion, not a huge fan, you know. I was too old at the time. I mean, you're fucking old as shit now. But I was too young at the time. My mom and dad didn't want me to play an M-rated game or whatever. Buy Game Pass. Spend the $20. You will not regret it. And you'll just have fun for that whole month. I got to say, for myself, my personal experience, the very first thing I did was I went and did the Mages Guild, and I became the Archmage, because after you're the Archmage, you can just make your own custom spells. The game is actually just broken at that point. Like, I made a quality of life spell that just gives me life detect, and then also gives me 50 points of feather, which is like more stuff you can hold. It's like 50 pounds extra that you can hold. That lasts for 2 minutes. So every 2 minutes, I'm just casting that thing one time. I'm a real stealthy dagger character, so detect life's like pretty helpful. But I gotta say, just what they've really done with the remaster is super fantastic. They've changed very small things, right? It's not a remake, all right? So they didn't go change all the fundamental things. They didn't say, hey, we're gonna redo how the magic works, we're gonna redo a lot of the combat, you know, we're going to redo this. No, they just made some changes. They took some puzzle pieces, swapped them around a little bit, and made it a bit more quality of life. I mean, obviously the graphics are like not the most top tier that you're going to see nowadays, but they're actually pretty fantastic. Like, I got a 6950, an AMD 6950 GPU. I've been playing it with like 40 to 60 frames on 4K Ultra. So like, genuinely, you don't need that high of a system to really make the game look good. I don't have any ray tracing on or anything. AMD guy, I know, it sucks for me. But the game looks good. You know, it plays as well as I would think. I could always turn it to high and just get like an insta 15, 20 more frames if I really wanted to. But for me, for single player games, like, I'm fine getting 50, 45, maybe 60 sometime frames. Like, that's enough for me, right? It's not, I want the good fidelity. I want the game to look good more than I want to have just a shit ton of frames. It's not a competitive game for me. I'm just running around doing shit. They have done such a great job. The character creation, perfect. You get to make the most absurd looking characters you want, or you can make some really cool looking stuff like my Argonian. I'll show that here. I'm really impressed. Dude looks awesome. Garish Undertow. Good Argonian name. All right, Garish Undertow. It's like, you look at that and you're like, oh, it's a white guy. And then like an Argonian walks out, you're like, whoa. You're Garish. You're here for the interview. Garish Undertow. But you're an Argonian. Mm-hmm. You're sure the guy talked to you on the phone? But yeah, no, absolutely. Spend $20 on Game Pass. It truly is the Game Pass game of all time. Microsoft are like the most happy they've ever been because finally, out of the last few Bethesda games, I guess, technically it's not a Bethesda game, right? Because Virtuous are the ones. Now that, that's going in my head, it's actually really funny. So this is really not a Bethesda win, right? This is more like a Virtuous win because they're the ones who actually did the remaster. But we're going to give Bethesda the win regardless. Daddy Microsoft, they're going to be happy. They're like, you guys did good. Here's $1 billion. Ha ha. So worth it. If you are a fan of open fantasy games at all, it is 100% worth the $20. And here's the thing. You can put the difficulty on novice. You can put the difficulty on master. It's all super fun. And it's all got that good Oblivion jank to it. I guarantee you some of the producers for the remaster of Virtuous are just like, we're just going to go watch YouTube and all the Oblivion memes. And they just saw how all of the players loved, just like the cutscene where the girl's like, oh, in the Thieves Guild. Oh, I'm going to do that one again. Oh, in the Thieves Guild. Like, dude, people are responding really well to this. We're going to leave this in the remaster. And it was such a good decision.
I heard that thieves broke into the Arcane University, the Imperial Legion compound, and the temple all on the same night. Wait a minute, let me do that one again. I heard that thieves broke into the Arcane University, the Imperial Legion compound, and the temple all on the same night.
When I am playing, I genuinely felt like, when I was a kid, playing Oblivion for the first time with just better graphics. And that's exactly what I wanted. That is, I didn't want anything else. I didn't want any of the real world politics. I didn't want different spells, all right? I didn't want it reworked. I just wanted the game that I played when I was in my very young teens with better graphics. Because now that I can afford a better system, I just want to see it better. And you know what? It's crazy, but that is what we got. That's what we got. We got exactly that. And I was a doubter. I genuinely was thinking to myself, man, this game is really going to suck. I am so hyped for this. We had days and days of the Oblivion leaks, right? Oblivion remake leaks. Oh my God, it's going to come out on the 21st. 21st came. We're like, it didn't come out. So, I was getting hyped, right? I'm like, oh man, it's going to be so awesome. So then the night of the 21st, the Bethesda X, is it X'd out, or I guess it's still tweeted out? I don't know however you say that. They X'd out. They tweeted out, stay tuned for tomorrow. I'm thinking to myself, dear God, if this game comes out, I am calling out of work for the next day. And, that's what happened. Okay, so it came out, and I called out, and I played all day. Luckily for me, I actually have Wednesdays and Thursdays off. So I got to play all of Tuesday, all of Wednesday. I really didn't play Thursday. I was busy Thursday. But I did play Tuesday and Wednesday, and I just had a freaking blast. And they did exactly what I wanted. They made the game with a fresh coat of paint. And that is all we could ask for. Like, the game before was worth my $60. It is 100% now worth $20 for the same game with a fresh coat of paint. Yeah, maybe you're not buying the game with Game Pass. You're just like renting the service for a month. But again, if you're someone who maybe you're like a budget gamer and you're like, hey, I really don't have enough time to spend $50 worth of time playing this game in a month, spend the $20, right? Or maybe you're somebody who has so little time, it makes more sense to spend the $50. But I genuinely got to say, for the Game Pass game of all time, if they really want more people to just pay for Game Pass to play, they did a really freaking good job. Bravo. Well done, Microsoft. Well done, Bethesda. And extremely well done, Virtuous, for actually knowing what we want. Yeah, so let me know. Are you someone who paid $20 to get Game Pass just to play the remaster? Did you buy the remaster? I haven't bought it yet. Or are you someone who just pays for Game Pass anyways? Yep. Like, sub, more content to come.